The job timeline allows you to view your phases, items, and milestone dates in a Gantt chart view. You can even share your timeline externally, allowing you to show your clients what your plan is for your project. Simply click Timeline next to the Job Plan button here. You can zoom in and out of the timeline by clicking the control buttons and switch between day, week, month, and yearly views, or even better, simply pinch to zoom in and out using your trackpad. Clicking the arrows on the left and the right of the screen will navigate you to your item dates if they're off screen so you can get around quickly. You'll see all your phases, items, and milestones here on the left. Collapse your phases to create a streamlined view of the job plan, or open them up and see each individual item. Just like on the job plan, if you hold down the Option key while clicking the chevron, all your phases will expand or collapse at once. You can also collapse all your milestones at the top to live on the same row, or open them up to see them on their own individual rows. Now you can set item dates in a few different ways. Firstly, you can set them from your left-hand sidebar. You can see that this item doesn't have any dates, and I can easily click here and set the entire range at once. Alternatively, you can simply drag to set the dates on your Gantt chart itself. You can then move the item around or extend or reduce the duration. Lastly, if the item already has dates, simply click on the bar itself and change the dates within. Now you'll see in this modal that you can also add a milestone attached to the item. Let's add one now. Automatically, the date of the milestone will be set to the start date of the item, but you can change that easily here. You can also create multiple milestones at a time. Once you've saved your milestones, they're automatically dependent on the item, so if you change the dates of the item, your milestones will move proportionally with them. Now, if you want to fix the date of a milestone so it's not attached to the item date and doesn't move if you change your item dates, simply click on the milestone itself and switch it to standalone. Standalone milestones are now sitting on the job. You can also add or edit milestones directly here from the top bar at any time. If you want to insert an item or even plan out your entire job in the timeline first, click on the left-hand side and insert a new item or milestone wherever you'd like. Set the dates, and when you're ready, you can head back to the job plan to set pricing and add team members. So say you've got some items in your job timeline that need to start a certain number of days before or after other items. You can make items dependent on each other by clicking and dragging the circle that you see on hover and joining the starts or ends of items together. When you draw this, by default you'll be creating a fixed lag, meaning that this item here must start a certain number of days after this item ends. You can change this from exactly X amount of days to at least X amount of days, and also adjust the number of days here. If you change it to at least, what will happen is that this item will now have to start at least 3 days after this one, but it can start 4, 5, 6, or any number of days more than that. If you want to quickly create that at least dependency, simply hold down Shift when you draw the line. If you need a refresher on any of the keyboard shortcuts, simply head over here to the info icon. When you've set this up, you'll be able to shift your entire job plan at once just by dragging one of the items. And when you duplicate the job, you're able to also duplicate the dates and dependencies, allowing you to set up your template jobs much more efficiently. You can now publish your timeline to a URL that you can share with your client. Simply click Share. You'll see this Edit Client view. Now, some of your items might be internal only, such as this internal admin item here. Toggle the visibility off so that when you share the client link, your client will not be able to see it. You can toggle off entire phases at once and toggle on or off dependencies and status colors. Once you're ready, click Publish. When you click Publish, you'll generate a view-only link. That means that your client will not be able to change any of the dates or names of your items, but they are going to be able to navigate and zoom in and out so that it can get around quickly. You can always preview what your client sees by clicking the Preview button. Once you've published the link, easily copy it here at any point to share with your client. Now, if you make any changes, they won't be immediately visible. This is so that you can control what your client sees and when. You'll see the last published date here. Once you're ready to update the link, you can publish your changes by clicking this button. If you don't want to share a link, you can download your timeline. Clicking this download button will give you 3 different options: your Gantt chart as a PDF, key dates as a structured document, or the CSV raw data if you want to manipulate it elsewhere. You can also choose between exporting the internal view, which includes all your items and milestones, or the client view, which is the one you've manipulated earlier. If you've got any questions, reach out to help@streamtime.net. We'd be happy to show you around.